Hello, it's Phillip Taylor from Richmond Green Chambers. I'm talking about my favourite subject, the Human Rights Act. And we've got a new book. Many of you will have seen this book before. This is the new edition, the third edition, just out, the end of 2008, beginning of 2009, but it's just recently in the actual bookshops from about May 2009. It's Human Rights, Law and Practice, third edition, by Lester, Pannick and Herberg. Now, I've written a review which is on Flickr. There'll be a lot of stuff on the internet itself. This is the book. It's a long, thin green book. It's quite heavy. It's got about 1,200 pages, in fact, slightly less than that. But it follows the standard format, a huge amount of case law at the beginning, slightly different paragraph organisation with paragraph numbers there rather than at the side, and an excellent index at the back. Now let's have a look at the book. I've given it the title, The Fastest Developing Area of Jurisprudence, taken after what Lord Phillip said in the actual preface at the beginning of the book. What we're talking about here is a review effectively of how the law and practice, how the actual act operates. Because since its enactment in 1998, which is a year when future historians will probably see this as a point of a watershed, if you like, in the saga of human progress, the European Convention on Human Rights has now had a widespread and profound effect on the legal and indeed social landscape of the United Kingdom, having now been implemented in the substantive law of this country. Hitherto, Margaret Thatcher and the Conservatives had just accepted it, and obviously we signed up to the Universal Declaration 60 odd years ago, and we've agreed to the convention, but we didn't incorporate it in the substantive law. It now has, and it's affected everything that we do. Unlike much of the other legislation we've had, therefore, which passes by unnoticed and unremarked upon by the public, the Human Rights Act has a familiarity for everybody. Everybody knows about it, everybody has an opinion about it. Some bless its existence and others wish it would just go away. I'm in neither camp. I like the legislation. I want to see a slightly better, more well thought out piece of legislation for the future. I respect what Jack Straw has tried to do, but it needs to be reviewed, and that's going to be for a future government from 2010. It's interesting to note that the human rights issue continues to be controversial, not necessarily because of the intent or the content of the legislation itself, but because of the continuing propensity of individuals, both laymen and indeed some practitioners, to misunderstand and misinterpret it, sometimes deliberately. For instance, I've got rights, cry the disaffected as well as the ignorant, often with little insight into or regard for their corresponding responsibilities. When I was teaching this, I reminded the learners you've got to have a balance between the two. So what exactly are our rights? Well, they're contained really in how we go about enforcing them and reviewing them in this work. We talk about entitlements under the legislation and what the limits and limitations will be. So anyone seeking answers, therefore, as well as an in-depth and accurate understanding of the legislation, obviously needs to read this book, which there are other ones, but this is one of the best and one of the deepest and most